Good morning, guys. Running a little behind this morning. Some reason I had to get my charts reset up for the Manzini numbers. I don't know why that thing keeps deleting. Looks like I gotta fix the settings. We are definitely going to do our best not to have a red Friday this Friday. I am definitely going to approach with caution today. This is OPEC day, so this is usually a known choppy day in the market. So if we do take trades, we're definitely going to be sizing downs, just looking for minimum profit, maybe just to get us by. So yesterday was a pretty easy trading day. I know we're probably not going to get that kind of trading day today. It's hardly if we get those back to back. So I was able to get my one eval that I was negative on back to the green. So we only took one trade with one funded account yesterday, and that was the 250K. So we're at 1,431 on that one. And we'll just kind of wait to see what I want to take this morning. Is we have 3-star news at 8 or 9:45 and at 10 o'clock. And I like to maybe get like a 50% pullback on one of those news play candles. So that's kind of going to be my play first thing this morning. All right. So per Manzini or Adam, these 42 has to be reclaimed for the bulls to continue up, So and if we're looking for a really good runner, we're going to have to get above the 60s. So it could just be a lot of noise between 42 and 60, just a lot of chop back and forth. So we're definitely going to approach the day super careful. Nothing worse than going in red on the weekend and you got to spend all weekend to think about it. So we're going to try to not have that today. We're probably also to continue to do the same thing where we enter on one micro and add to our winnings if we have that type of opportunity, just like yesterday. We did leave a lot of points on the board yesterday. I think my biggest move was like 40 points. I bought in around the 75 and we sold at the 30. So 45 points for one move yesterday, but I swear it was like a 200 point short yesterday. And God, I did not see us going that far down. I was just like, wow, I got to the 30, but dude, that thing just went afterwards. Unfortunately, I wish I had made more money on funded accounts yesterday because we also did good on our Bulanox eval. I think that was the one we took the 40-point trade on. Was the How about your day? Was it pretty good yesterday, Trader G? Were you able to knock out one of those big shorts yesterday, or the long back up? We also got 20 points out of the long moving back up too. So we've got a lot of points yesterday. I don't know the total, but it was every bit of 60 and 70 points. It was up there. Nah, probably more than that because I had small trade on the funded. Yeah, I think we took one loser yesterday, maybe two, but we were able to recoup it all on some of those big moves. I know. I hate when the short, when a move gets going so far down, it's so hard not to FOMO in it, or you just feel like if you buy in, it's just going to hit the wall and stop and reverse on you. I don't blame you. That's why, I sit there and watched it go down. I was in the initial trade of that short. I was in at that pivot up there at the 70s, and I just took it down 40 points, but man, it went down another 160 points after I got out of it. So yeah, I had to sit there and watch that myself. Whew. Got a lot of movement pre-market. Is something happening? It looks like we have some equal lows back here at the 37s. I'm going to be very cautious taking trades probably until after the 10 o'clock hour since we have news this morning. Trader, how often do you trade the London session? I know you probably watched the London session, but how often do you trade it? Is it every day, or you just kind of hit and miss depending on what the London market offers? Because I have tried to trade the London market. Okay. I've tried trading the London market, but I haven't really had a lot of success with it. But it's something I've definitely been wanting to get up earlier and try. So you just basically trade it on what it has to offer for that day. Like if it's not moving, if it's super choppy, you just stay out of it. Man, wow! Did we have like news that I missed? Because I did not see something happen. What the? Usually the news is when it's supposed to come out till 9:45. Is this what we can expect from APEC Friday? Yeah, I've been having to get off early to yesterday and today, like at that 1 o'clock hour. We're helping watch my daughter's or our grandchild's this week because my daughter went on a cruise. So someone watches her for a few hours for me while I do this. Then I go get her right after this, so I can still stream and trade for a few hours. So that's why I had to get off early yesterday and today. But next week, I'll definitely start trying to put more time in next week because I need to start putting more time doing doing this. That's why I was kind of asking about the London hours. How are your 250Ks coming along, trader? Ow, what is this? Why? Did they release the news numbers early? Holy goodness. Look at this candle, dude. I mean, it's like someone broke the market. Holy goodness. This thing is going up and down, what, 40, 30, 40 points? Whipsawing? Did it freeze? That's kind of scary. Look, it's frozen. Wow, did they lock the NASDAQ down? What the crap? Look, the ES is still pushing down and the NASDAQ is stuck. So I don't know if something's going on with my charts or if it's just doing this. Let me see. Oh, maybe that was just the minis. Yeah, because the NASDAQ looks fine. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, look. The micros are frozen. Oh well, we'll just watch the minis for now until maybe they'll get it fixed in a sec. Let me make sure I was on the right contract. Oh, that's what it was. That's what's going on. I was on the June contract. Sorry about that. I need to get that removed so I don't accidentally take a trade on that crap one day. I wonder if that's how I messed up my charts. I had to redo everything this morning. All right. So yeah, if we take a trade anytime this morning, it's gonna be one micro. And if we can just get 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, we'll take it. The day is gonna be all about risk management, not to lose hardly any of our funds. If we do, very little. So I like that. I like this strong push up. What was the low overnight? Do you mind see? The 50s, maybe? All right. There's the low of the night there. Let me mark that out so kind of have that there. Wow, nice. Nice rip. Woo, look at her go. I would have liked to jumped in that long above the VWAP, but I didn't like the fact that we're below the VWAP on the ES. So you know we're gonna get some resistance there. Oh goodness. Whew. Just remember, guys, we do have news in 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes. So just be careful if you are entering trades. You don't want to get trapped in one of those trades and try to wait it out. Oh. I think as long as the 30 holds, we still move up. I think that's I think that was the drop yesterday was at 30s. Okay, I'm so tired today, man. Ooh, it's been a long week. I mean, I don't know if we sell through the 80s, that we push down to the lows to the 50s. I mean, possible 30-point move. But I just feel like we're going to run into a roadblock at that 30s. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Like I said, just be careful whatever trades you take. We got news in 5 minutes, and we also have news at 10 o'clock. So for the next 15 minutes. And that could be one of the things that we're waiting on to, waiting on for the market to. All right, guys. Do a little rundown on these. For the Bulls to remain in control, we have to hold the 22 to 19 area. If we lose that, that's where the Bears will take over. And for a big breakout today, we got to get above the 60s. And in between, it'll may just be a choppy day. So let's kind of get our chart set up a little better. Let's see. I think if we can get back above this 89 today, that will possibly push this fair value gap here on the 1 hour chart. And we did that. Well, never mind. That's yeah. This may be a pull down to complete this fair value gap. So just getting some numbers set up and see if we can use these later today. So we got a 1 hour fair value gap all the way up to the 60s. So maybe we get through that gap. We'll continue pushing up to this next pivot up at the 127s. So, and that's also at the top of this gap here. Yesterday we filled in that 4 hour gap. That's where it fell. We broke a 4 hour fair value gap yesterday and it just sold. All right, let's try to see what the 4 hour has to offer us. So here's that 4 hour fair value gap that we filled in yesterday. We actually were talking about that a little bit yesterday morning too. I mean, once we broke below there and we just filled it all the way in on the 4 hour. I think below the 80s, we probably go to the lows there from overnight. I'm not looking on my chart, so I can't really get over there and look at it now. All right, so this is a 1 hour gap here. I'm gonna mark that out. Let's see. Let's see if this 1 hour has been holding. We have found a lot of support in this 1 hour here. All right. Is it not going to offer much movement this morning? Looks like a dud. Do we attempt the short down there to the, oh shit, too late. Too late. Oh man, I was like, do I want to tip the short? I mean, we knew if it broke the 80s, we're probably going to hit those lows. I was too late. That was a nice 30-point drop. We still didn't get the lows though. Maybe this is the lows right here. Maybe let's see. Let's see if we back test that 80. We'll give it a little try. We won't risk much though. We're just on 1 micro, so there's not a lot on the line here. It could just come back and just stop us out. Let's see if we can get down there and hit these lows. So if it does come back and hit us, we'll be out $20 or something like that. It won't be much. Actually, $18. $18, right on the money. I thought maybe we would give it another push to see if we can get down there to the overnight lows, which I might have missed it. Might have been needed a pullback to get down. I'm always 1 candle early, it seems like. It's like you know it's coming. It's just timing it. Hey man, look at the excuse me. Look at the ES bounce right off that support at the 1922s. I mean, hit that crap on the money. Look at there, 19 bounce. We still have another news play coming in about 10 minutes. So, and this is also OPEC Friday. So be careful with your accounts. Lower your risk down. You know, if you're going to trade, just trade minimum. Hopefully you had a nice green day yesterday. I think if I'm going to look for long, I'm going to wait for us to break the overnight lows first. Wow. The ES is starting to look a lot stronger. Nah, I think the ES is just pulling back to pull some consolidation. Let's see. Your short area for this trade was up there around the 80 where I had entered a while ago. I think I wouldn't enter a short down this far down. At least I wouldn't enter a short this far down. All right, so we broke those lows. I'll probably just be sitting here watching this one. We were one candle too early. Good job if anybody did take the trade at the 80. So for us to really get a good sell off, we need the ES to break the 1819 here. We can get. Oh. So we're just kind of sitting here waiting to see what's going to happen at this 19. Trader G, are you still watching or do you participate? Man, it's so choppy, dude. I'm so nervous to jump into any trade right now on the ES. It's so hard to tell. I feel like I missed my trade by not giving myself a big enough stop loss on that that 80 that I jumped in a while ago. I feel like that was the trade there for myself. I should have did a better job, but like I said, I approached Friday as risk management to try to lose as least amount of money today as possible. I knew once we got, below this area here where we've been bouncing for a while, that we're probably going to sell off. But man, I feel like I missed out on at least a good 30, 40 point move there. Yeah. Whew. I'm probably gonna wait till after the 10 o'clock hour before I look for my next trade. Since we're approaching that 10 o'clock news. Oh, okay. Man, I hate that it's 4 minutes before news. It's probably going to slingshot one way or the other that it's not going to offer us a good opportunity to jump in. Okay. We're just being patient, guys. We're not going to look for a trade until after the 10 o'clock news. Then hopefully we can try to find us another entry and maybe try to make sure we can stay in that one a little longer. We had the right play earlier. We just did not give it a lot of room for a pullback. So we entered right here below this line here was our entry. And I just had my stop loss right above this line here. So it came back, wigged me out, then sold off. So it's like the story of my life as being one candle early. Wouldn't mind to see us. Maybe we can get a little push, little VWAP push back up to the 2000s. All right, there's that 27. So that was a little bit of a bounce off the VWAP for the ES, kind of pull back off those 34s. You're long on the NQ. Yeah, I would prefer to wait for me. I wanted us to push above this 15 minute. That was what kind of was, and I didn't like the fact that we were pushing into the VWAP over here on the NQ. I mean ES. Where did you I like that we got above that 30. Where'd you get long at on the NQ on your trade, trader? Oh, okay. That's a nice entry. Nice entry. I don't know if it's gonna be one of those days where I just need to put in a a take profit target like 20 ticks or 40 ticks or something just to take profits and get out. Don't really be looking for the big moves. I may approach it that way. Just take my profit and get out. We're kind of back at that 27 again. So I guess we're just kind of looking to see if this gap's going to hold. All right, so we're approaching the bottom of that 15-minute opening range. Wow. I mean, I feel like we want to push up, but that I like to see us maybe get through that VWAP on the ES, get above this 15-minute opening range or the bottom of it, because that's where we're finding support at. We need to get back above that 80. And Adam Mazzini kind of pointed this out that it could be a choppy day. This is OPEC Friday. So Mazzini brought up that this could be a trappy day. So just approach most of your trades with caution and low risk. Oh my goodness. I mean, you've been up almost 20 points, trader. Are you still holding, or did you take some of your profit? Guys, if you're just joining us, there's not really a lot going on now. We're just kind of consolidating, moving sideways. You're just going to hold, trader. Woo, hopefully we don't get put to sleep, guys. You're long also, Drew? Yeah, Trader said he got long from 52s. Did you get what entry did you get, Drew? I may consider long if we can get above this level here. I uh maybe I can get me a 20-point move or something. We're just going to be trying to just level for points today.
Order filled. Target filled.
Ah, I couldn't move my freaking thing fast enough, man. Let me switch over to an hour chart real quick and see what we got going on here. See if we can get through that 35. We got a big 1 hour fair value gap sitting up here. Looking kind of for this VWAP here.
Order filled.
We're just going to use the VWAP. Nice. Ah. Oh shit. That shit's gonna sell off. Holy goodness. I didn't expect that deep of a pullback. Whew. That one got me a little worried. Man. I feel like that was my opportunity to probably get back out of this trade. That's probably what's going to happen. That was probably my opportunity to get out of that freaking trade. Now it's going to come back and stop me out, then go. Yep, there it goes. All right, we got to put that account away. I know. God dang it. All right. Nice. 30. Mm-hmm. Wow, we pulled all the way back to the where that 15-minute opening range. I should have pulled a Fibonacci on that. I bet you that was probably a 50% pullback.
Order filled. Target filled.
Wow. The sell. Whew, today is tough, I'm not gonna lie. So it looks like the entry was back there at the 950 some earlier this morning. If you're looking for that previous long, I think Drew said he got long. He's 35 points, taking two runners. Nice trade, Drew. Looks like Trader G was holding for the target up to 2030s. Trap E, guys. Trap E. Ugh. Woof. Drew, are you still in your trade, or did you already take your profit? What about yourself, Trader G? Did you take some of your profit, or are you still holding all the way back? Holding? Dude, you're busting out the diamond hands today, man. Diamond hands. Woo. Man, nice. Mm. Now, that's a nice trade if you're in the ES off of that 27. I really want to get better at taking ES trades. I haven't I haven't really taken ES trades in probably over a year. Whenever I first started trading. Long time ago, it feels like. So if you're curious about Trader's trade this morning, he took it based off on Manzini's 27 fail breakdown. So I mean, I still use the ES as far as support levels because I feel like the ES kind of is always a tad bit ahead of the NASDAQ. So a lot of times I'll take my trades based off on just what the ES is doing, especially if they can get in sync. So right now we're on the Apex eval. There we go. Make sure. I just want to make sure I'm on there. I don't want to make a mistake. Oh. Maybe we go back and possibly test those lows down there. So almost want to wait to see if what happens. Test those 27s again. Woo. Look at that. Look at that hit off the 27 trader. Nice. Like we have that short filling, but it's just like, ugh. Kind of just waiting to see what this 2-minute candle is going to do. So I'm just kind of waiting to see this. If we get it, we continue to bounce off this 27. That's kind of been our support area there. We did have a failed breakout below the 27, but we've also been testing this 19 and 20 quite often. All right. Nice that the 27's holding up. Everybody wants to go short. Patrick's going short. Nautical Man's going short. Nutty's going short. Man, trader, they make me want to go long. Everybody's going short. Excuse me. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Well, that's why I brought that up before the market this morning. It's like the price action is supposed to be, it's definitely going to be, it's going to be taking some accounts today. So be careful. I had to revenge trade my PA off to the side over here, try to get my money back. Man, look at this rip back up. Dang. It's running. Man, if the ES can get above the VWAP, do we take maybe another stab at a VWAP run? I just hate that we're at the bottom of that 15-minute candle. That's the only thing that scares me out of this long. Man, look at that. That short, big short move. Goodness. Man, this type of price action trader makes me want to put it on a sim account and just trade sim account today. Bust out my sim account skills for Friday. dump. Man, I almost wish I'd been taking some trades off this 15-minute opening range. These things done paid probably multiple times if you're scalping. Paid there, paid there, paid there. Didn't make it there. Paid there. 4 trades it paid already. And over here, if you're scalping this morning, the bottom of the 15-minute opening range. Unfortunately, I didn't take none of them 15-minute opening range. I just use it more or less for guidance because most time if we push below that 15-minute range, most time we stay that in that direction for the day. Maybe for a short, I like to see this 27 fail if we're going to look for shorts because that's our kind of line in the sand here, the 27. I don't know if we'll have it. If we do sell off, I kind of feel like we would definitely push back down to the 1900s, and that would kind of get us back down to this major support and resistance down at the 19 and 22s on the ES. I always feel like when we get price action like this is after one of those like big moves like we had yesterday. Everybody made too much money yesterday, so they're trying to take some of it back. Let me put this across there real quick. We're just sitting here being patient, waiting for a second trade. I know we have a couple guys in the lobby that's taking a couple longs. They were in longs. So the diamond hands today, guys, holding them trades for like 30 minutes. If you have got your winnings for the day, I would definitely probably stay out of this market here. It may be one of those deals where we chop around all morning long and maybe nothing doesn't happen until this evening. For a move down, you have to get below the 27. And, how you can probably tell if you're going to be jumping in too late if the ES is already approaching the 22, the 19. This is our major support for the ES. For a deeper sell off is when this 519 fails. Hopefully, no one's going on tilt. I hear methodical man. He's borderline going tilt over there. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Trader, I can't believe you're holding through this, man. That's rough. I don't think I could do it. Just closing his eyes. Woo! All right, we're finally breaking back above the 15-minute opening range. Do we dare take another long up to the VWAP? I feel like as soon as I jump in, it'll go in the opposite direction. All right. Nutty's he's talking to the 70s. He's like, come on, 7 days. Oh. Well, we did break out of the 70s. Do we pull back to test that consolidation? I like to see us maybe pull back and test the 80s. Back above the VWAP. Uh-oh, maybe a VWAP push. I've joined too late. I'm not joining. I like to see us get above the VWAP or even above this area over here. I like to see us above the 10s here. Well, we pulled back and tested it. That's awesome. Good sign. Good sign. Wow. Look at that. Look at that deep pullback. I like the fact that the 75 did hold up. Oh, just being patient, waiting on another entry. Just kind of waiting to see what's happening over here on the VWAP. We're getting above the 35. We're pushing above the. Here we go. It looks like it's pushing. Needs to push that. We need to push that 37s hard. I may try to look for something above this 10. I don't know. It's just kind of where we got stuck at a while ago. Just looking for possible entry. We're testing at 35s off the ES. It's like you're definitely gonna have to take some good drawdown when you enter, because I mean it hasn't been like, oh, let me enter without drawdown. It's been tough. So I was hoping the ES would get above this 37 and maybe run up to the 42s. All right, so we're kind of pulling back to test the VWAP on the ES at the 33s in case you don't have the VWAP marked out on your charts. If we lose this 15-minute opening range again, we're probably going to be selling back down again. So trying to find an area of like support to enter. Oh, if the 15-minute opening range fails, I know I almost want to take a risky trade if we start selling off of that area, just because
Order filled.
We'll give it a whirl and see what happens. I really need to have my stop up here, so we may risk a lot. This is an eval. It's holding up. So we switched over to an eval. So, you know, if we take a loss, we take a loss. For a short, we'll have to have this 15-minute opening range fill. Man, we're just struggling to get 5 or 10 points on this move. Come on. I hate whenever I see the ES pull down and the NASDAQ can't follow. So that's usually a sign we might move back up. Definitely no more funding trading today. We're just going to be doing evals only. So if we blow up evals, no biggie. Looks like this is going to come back and get us.
Stop filled.
All right. Doing us dirty, dirty, dirty.
Order filled. Stop filled.
I don't know what happened there. Somehow that kicked me out of my trade.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order filled. Target filled.
Got our account back to pretty much even on the micros here. Trader, did you finally take all your profit off of that? Maybe a pull back to the VWAP bounce. Like to see maybe another 30 push. Do we got the 30 push? Just kind of waiting. Kind of like to see us move a little bit. Finally getting a little green. Just being patient. Come on. Was hoping for a little runner back up to test the 30s again. Well, maybe we're not going to get that 30 bounce. Come on. Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just kind of focusing on the price action at the moment just to see if we're going to get that pop back up. Oh, it's looking super weak. All right, so good thing we were patient, didn't just jump into that. We do have some fair value gaps to fill in. Whew. Man, trading today is like borderline gambling, guys. Sounds like Patrick had a rough day. Methodical Man called it a day. I think Nutty's still trading. Hmm. Oh yeah, dude. This has been some hard trading. I mean, if I quit now, I'll be down $17. But hey, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. It's an eval. Worst can happen, we blow up an eval. All right. I was really hoping for a push back up to those 30s.
Order filled.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get a push up to them 30s. It may be a risky trade, but that's okay. We'll just go with it. Oh, come on. It touched it. That was my 5. Come on. It did me dirty. It did me dirty. Y'all see that? That thing just went up there and kissed it. Like, no. Oh, come on. Don't do me like that. May have to kill it. Look, dude, you believe that? Oh, that thing just one ticked me. Come on. Might have got burned. The nasty just did me wrong and one ticked me. That's all right. We're borderline gambling a little bit over here on the NASDAQ. I would approach. I definitely would not be trading a funded account today. Yeah, this might be end up being a failed trade. I feel like I should already be out of this trade. I mean, what did it miss me? I'm talking about like, look how close it missed me from giving me my 5 points. I mean, I was just looking for a 5-point trade. Uh-oh. We're not far enough down to take that VWAP bounce either. All right, so that's going to stop us out. I can already see it. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Ooh. We're probably going to still get stopped out on this. I don't really see the momentum of us moving back up because the ES looks kind of weak over here. So we kind of talked about this pre-market. Today was going to be a super choppy day, and the entries are going to be tough. So it's almost like I feel like I'm borderline gambling on a lot of my entries. I feel like that was probably my out to get out of this trade, but it's just the eval. It doesn't. It at this point of the day, it doesn't really matter if we mess up an eval, as long as we stay good on our funded accounts. So that was the entry probably to get out of that trade there. Come on. We only need 3 more handles. 3 more. No, I was about to say. It's like, did I just get one ticked again? Oh my God. That was rough. Oh, my goodness. But at the end of the day, that was just the eval. I definitely would be trading at risk. We're probably going to, excuse me, stick the Apex away. We may switch over to Bewley's since Bewley's is 90% off. So, if we do mess up a Bewley account, they're just, I think 16, 17 bucks. So Apex, I did take a losing trade on my funded account first thing this morning, but we're able to get it back. So we're up 281 for the day on our funded account. For some reason, it seems like every time I try to trade this thing on live, it seems like I just fail. I don't know what it is, but I just get wrecked. And these are just sim accounts down here. But last week we did finish red on the last Friday we did finish red on the Apex because we blew an account last Friday. Look at this thing wanting to go. My luck, this thing almost came back to stop me out before it went. That's the kind of luck I usually have sometimes there. Like you feel like we're going in the right direction, but the market has other plans. I feel like the market took down a lot of people today. All right. I want to say there's a big 1 hour fair value gap up here. Yep, it's right there. Oh, I guess we have another gap right there. And it, all right. I think Nutty muted himself again, guys. I think he does that a lot. All right. So for Bulinox accounts, let's see. We already have one that's funded. I just haven't paid the activation fee. And this one over here is sitting at 690. So we're about halfway to having a second Bulinox funded. $70 points run runner. Holy crap, man, Drew. You're knocking that crap out. Awesome. Man, that's the kind of moves that I wish I'd have got in this morning. I made a mistake and got freaking short at the bottom of that 15-minute range. I thought we were yeah, they've been fine. You know, I've had a loser here and there, but we were able to get it back. So we're able to finish positive on Apex today. So right now we've switched over to Bulinox. We're going to see if we can find a trade or two here, maybe jump in on some momentum stuff. I feel like all of our trades are borderline gambling today for myself. I don't really have a lot of confidence in some of the trades. This is the trade I wish I had gotten. This one right here. I took it in the wrong direction off of that bottom of that 15-minute range. I feel like that was basically the trade of the hour right there. I missed it. Oh. Yeah, OPEC Friday is definitely living up to its name. I mean, we could easily pull back and fill in this gap here. Unless we start a trend where we just start moving up all day. Yeah, man. Any green today, you should be happy with. Hopefully, now this is that time of Friday where, the closer we get to that lunch hour, we kind of go into that chop. I'm still going to be looking to see if I can find maybe some kind of move down here. I mean, I like that where it printed that green. Usually that's a good sign to move down. I feel like we're going to go back down and test the bottom of this 15-minute opening range again, since this is similar to a move we had yesterday where we pulled up to the top of the 15-minute opening range and pulled all the way back. I'm trying to wait to see if that 85 is going to fail here. Almost attempting to take a trade down to the VWAP there. See if we get a little. We got the ES and NASDAQ both approaching the VWAP. Man, I feel like we're going to. I feel like we're going to test this. Whatchamacallit, possibly the 70. This is risky trade, so I wouldn't recommend really following these trades. This is a high risk trade on a eval. I was at least hoping we'd get to the bottom of this fair value gap here. Enter at own risk. And we could just get a VWAP bounce here. Most times I'll take the VWAP bounce than I would trading into the VWAP. But I think the ES looks a little weaker. Maybe we pull back down to that 30, test that 30 again. So this candle here would kind of tell me a lot. We need to see a red candle print on this next one before it start pushing down. Oh, shoot. Come on. Or maybe a little green candle, then a push down. I should be moving my stop loss. My stop loss should be down at the 204s. So we're only risking minimum. All right. We just did 5 points. We may try to look for another trade. We're just going to kind of see what happens at this range here if we get this deep. I mean, I feel like we are, but nothing's guaranteed. Ooh, baby. It was so tempting not to jump in to see if we'd get that pushed down to the 70s or 75s. What kind of scared me off is we're hitting the 30s on the ES, and we have bounced off that 30s a lot. I need to put this over here so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. So as we were breaking that, I see us pushing into the 30. As you can see, if you look to the left, we have been bouncing off. We bounced off this 30 a lot. And 27 is the line in the sand as far as the bulls go. If you see us breaking that 27, we're probably going to get a quick sell. I know I wouldn't mind seeing a break of this 70. I wouldn't mind looking for a short back down to the lows of the days. Yeah, I would definitely stay off your funded accounts today as much as possible. So we got the we pretty much had this same type setup yesterday. This is one of the moves where we sold off pretty deep yesterday. I'm not saying we will, but we kind of had that move yesterday. Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. I may try to take a trade down to the low. Mm. Oh, goodness. Just being patient and waiting. No big hurries. Still got at least a good hour and a half left. Wow, look at that nice bounce off the 15-minute again. I kind of feel like this is nothing but a consolidation pull to pull back up, get some consolidation before we sell down. Is anybody in this trade? Anybody take excuse me, take the short from the top? Oh. Maybe we kind of see the VWAP hold up. And we also have a this fair value gap that we could easily pull back, fill in this gap for the liquidity to sell off. If you got chopped up today, don't worry about it. A lot of other people did too. I kind of hearing other streamers uh, having rough days and other traders from other lobbies. Wow, does this thing make highs again? Holy crap. It makes you so hesitant to join these trades just because of the type of movement that we've had today. So when we finally do get that good move, you're so hesitant because of the chop from earlier. That's the issue I'm having. Like I'm having a hard time entering the trades. Then when I finally do enter it, it's like I'm constantly getting, you know, back into the red, into the green, into the red, and it just makes it hard to hold the trades. Oh, good. Like I know some of the guys from the lobby this morning, they were holding trades forever. I was also over here watching. We're also watching a nutty trade over here too. The only thing I don't like about the move higher here is that we need to get above the VWAP and above the 35. Did we try this long again? This is the same long we took earlier. I don't know how comfortable I feel with it getting back to the. I don't know. It could make highs. We're making highs, highs, highs. So we could make another high here. We can push that fair value gap up to the 60s there on the 1 hour chart. Kind of waiting to see if the ES is going to get above this 35 here. We're also just trading on the eval. Might try it to the highs. Don't really want to get in past the 20s or right before the 20s.
Order filled.
And this could be a high risk trade. So, because we did struggle to get above this 36. So, if we get up to the 30s up here, I may go to break even quick if we can make it to the 30s. Seems like today all of the trades are risky, guys. All of them. The only thing that scares me about this, actually, I'm going to stick to 40s because that's the top of the 15 minute, I think. Let's see. Yeah, see, the top of the 15 minutes is right there. So, all right. At 30, we'll go to break even, and this will be a free trade. I just hate for it to pull back and stop me out after we're up 10 handles. I'll take $100 off there. So we're sitting at about $100 off that trade. We need this next candle to be a rocket ship, guys. Rocket ship. Come on. Rocket ship. Come on. Rocket. Come on. It wants the 40. The 40, come on, be a 20-point move. We're gonna take our money. We ain't losing our money this round, so. We're struggling to get through there, so I'm gonna take as much as I can get.
Target filled.
Score, 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 my friends. Whoa. Goodness. Yeah, and we're heavy leverage too. So I was feeling some confidence. I was like, I'm going in heavy leverage. So just those two trades, we made 580 on our eval. I thought it a while ago when I had it pushed up to the 60s, I was looking to see if we could get this funded in one more move. But what made me change my mind is that we're at the top of that 15-minute opening range. And a lot of times we struggle to get through that whenever we have already broke the bottom of the 15-minute range. Not saying it's not going to happen, but see how we're running into some resistance right there? So 60s, or I think the overnight highs is up here at the 80s. So that's why I kind of chose the 60 because I was thinking of the overnight highs up here at the 85s. So maybe if we find support at that 15-minute opening range, shoot, I might jump in again. So we're at the top of the 15-minute. Or wait, what is this? I can't remember what this line is here. Oh, I think this was support up here from earlier. Okay. Whew. All right, guys. I'm not going to get the FOMO. I'm not going to jump in. We're just going to watch this one. But 60. Nice, Drew. Nice. I really wanted to put my stuff up here at the 60s, but I was like, no, we better just take what we can. So what this is, this big blue line, this big blue area that we have marked out, this is a 1 hour fair value gap. And a lot of times we have been filling those 1 hour gaps the same as the 4 hour gaps. So this is why I kind of thought maybe we would push up to the 60s here. So, yeah. So here's your 1 hour fair value gap right here at the 60s. Yeah. So we try to get this stuff marked out pre-market early in the morning so we don't forget about it. It hasn't got there yet, but it's getting there. I mean, look at this hour candle. It's just going. Then we have this big gap here, which I don't know. I don't really see us pushing all the way back up to the 150s, but hey, we still got about 5 hours of trading left, 4 hours. Drew, you gonna take it up to the highs or the top of that fair value gap? 85s is the highs overnight. So we may have to buy us one more of those 90% off Bulanock since we only need $150 more on this account. Is that right? 150? No, 250. Oh, I'm sorry. About 260. 260 is what we need. 240. So you may run into a little resistance up here at the top of this gap. If we push this gap through the 60s, we are definitely going to the highs of 85. Holy goodness. Man, I almost want to jump back in. This guy's so tempting. The FOMO, guys, the FOMO. All right, so we are pretty good so far. We're green in all of our accounts. So I almost want to take this up to the 80s. I'm very tempting to take it to the 80s. Okay, so we're at the top of the Fibonacci pool. Yeah, I haven't even thought about pulling that. Thanks, Roman. Glad you said something so I didn't willy nilly just jumped on in. Maybe we can get a kind of a pullback around about the top of that 15-minute opening range. Find some support there for entry. Let's see. 60. So we're trying to excuse me. We're trying to break through this 42 level here on the ES. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of this chop was. It was in Adam's newsletter saying that all the way up to the 42 was just going to be chop. We still may take a risky trade up to the highs. No guarantees we'll get there. We'll just risk a little bit of our profit. It was just our next level of support was at the 42s on the ES.
Order filled.
All right. So we're going to take a risky trade up to the highs up here. And I think Roman said we may run into some resistance at that 63.66. So we could easily pull back. So there's that 66 that we hit. This could be a deeper pullback than I really like. We'll have to see. We kind of need this 42 to hold up. If the 42 starts to fail, we may get out a little sooner. I really don't want to see this candle drop below this candle here. This trade was a little bit more risky just because of how high we are up without a pullback. So this trade is definitely a lot riskier than the one we took way down here. All right, so it looks like we're going to get a fairly deep pullback. I just don't want it to one tick me. That'd be so freaking annoying. Hmm. That guy's funny. Man, if I get back to break even, I almost want to just get out of this trade because I'm just not liking it. I didn't like the fact that we couldn't break out of this fair value gap here. All right, we're going to close that one. I just didn't like how slow it's moving. I really don't want to sit through another drawdown. It's probably going to go, but I just didn't have it in me to stay. Congratulations if you stayed in that trade. I just didn't have the willpower to do it. It's going to probably go. 78 was what I was looking for. We were already so close to getting this count funded, and I just didn't want to ruin it since we're so far up because we're already at $600 for the day on this account, and we only need like $230 to get that to funded, and that's what I was shooting for with this trade here up to the 78s. I just didn't want to get trapped. I mean, and we could push the highs. This is the highs up here at the 83s. But, you know, like anything, there's no guarantees. That's we're also kind of in that lunch hour grind too. Is anybody still along from the original entry back down there? Back in the teens? Let me see what our next level up on the. I mean, our major support is that 55.42. Mm. No, that's a VWAP. No, I don't think I did. The data this here is our VWAP, and this gold one is our 200 moving average. I think as long as 42 holds, your long should still be good. But if you start losing the 42, 15 minutes. Okay, I see what you're saying on 15-minute here. I'm so glad I got out of this trade. I just didn't have the confidence of us pushing up to the 78. So we still would have missed it. Look, still didn't get to the 78s where my entry was earlier. And we lost the we're kind of losing that 42 also. Whew. Hmm. Just trying to mark this real quick. That's too big. There we go. All right, so we've kind of gone in that lunch hour consolidation after that big move up. I'm grateful that it gave me a second entry to get out of those. Sometimes you do get those, and sometimes it's just best to cut your losses if you feel like the market is struggling to go up. Because there's been plenty of times where the market's giving me opportunities to get out of those bad trades, and I don't do it, and I hold it anyway. All right, let me pull back over this ES here. So over here on the ES, I'm just kind of watching to see what's going to happen with this 42 range. Maybe this will be a nice little pullback where we can move to the overnight highs. Hopefully, most of you guys have had a green day. It has definitely been a tough trading day. This morning was pretty tough, especially. There wasn't really a lot of like follow through moves, a lot of whipsawy action, a lot of chop. So it's been tough. It was tough this morning. Wow, we broke that 42 strong. So is this the move up we've been waiting on? Do we try it twice? I almost want to try it twice. Just kind of waiting on this next candle. Just kind of focusing on the ES over here to see if we are going to continue moving up. I just know this is a super slow time of the day.
Order filled.
We'll give it one more try. And these are been pretty risky trades. So if we take a loss here, this will probably be our last trade of the day. So, because this is really no entry. This is just kind of just jumping in. Oh, that's not a good sign. I don't like that. That candle looks super weak. See, my stop loss should be going to here. Actually, I'm gonna follow the 2-minute method with the candles. So this way, we're just risking $200. There's just not a lot of volume now, right now, because of being a lunch hour. And if we do move higher, it's just going to be a grind higher. If I get up, say 4 or 5 handles, we might just go to break even if we even get there. All right. So what I'm doing is just following the 2-minute candles up. This way, I'm just trying to limit our risk of this trade. So right now we're just in it for 7 handles. We're kind of like a 2-to-1 ratio right now. So if we win our trade, we'll get 250. If we lose our trade, what is that? 140, I think, is what we'll lose. All right, so it looks like it's about to come back and hit us.
Stop.
All right. All right, so we're just going to end the day up 450 on this account. We're not going to risk any more trades. But as long as the 42 still holds up, you should still be good. But if we lose the 42, it's probably going to go. Definitely losing the confidence of the highs. Didn't know if we broke this 15-minute opening gap if we continue selling down. Mm-hmm. 15 minutes holding on, but just kind of being patient, wait and see if this is going to be a fail. Still got about 30 seconds left on this candle.
Order filled.
We may try this one again. We'll just put our stop loss right above the 15-minute opening range. Where's my entry at? 14. Let's see if we get a sell-off. As long as this area holds, I'll be comfortable, but if not. Oh, no. That was the pullback, guys. Dang, I think I bought in at the bottom. Yeah, I do at 12. It's okay. It's gambling Friday with the eval. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. That was some weird price action. Well, guys, it looks like we're struggling to push on down, so got about 20 more seconds. We really need to see some red on this candle here, this next one. Mm. I just don't want it to come back and like one tick me out, then freaking sell off. Just want to make sure I have. Shit, it's going to come back and stop me out. Okay, that was close. I just want to make sure we had enough room to bounce off that 42 over there. All right, guys, that looks like that's going to be the dagger there. So we're just going to be back to break even on our account for the day. Nah, it's a profit that we made earlier today. And it's on an eval. It's this account here. We'll still be up. I want to say, even if we lose this trade, we'll still be up $600-700 on this account. Now, if I was on a funded, then yeah, I'd probably be sweating. But since we're out on a funded account, we're not gonna sweat it. Those are sim accounts down there. All right, so this is probably gonna get us. I'm not gonna allow it go anymore. All right, so we're gonna finish up the day on 120 on this one. Man, watch this thing sell off. That would be crazy. He's like crazy, stupid thing. So basically, we were just risking some of our profits for the day that we made on this account. It's gonna do me dirty. Hit my stop loss and sell off. Oh my god. Man, you're not knowing that's going to be if it sells off. That's kind of what I was talking about. You know, come back and hit my damn. I should have put it right above this little fair value gap we have on the 2 minutes, because sometimes it does like to come back and fill in those gaps. So I should have just put my stop loss above here. All right, guys, I have something I have to go do at 12. Thank you guys for joining me today. Sorry we couldn't get this last trade a winner, even though it may sell down. It's going to do me dirty like that today. Hopefully next weekend or next week, we're definitely going to try to start streaming a lot more hours. It's just this week's kind of been off. Yeah, hopefully our last good trade, hopefully some of you guys got to get into this long over here. Most of these trades that I've been taking over here have been a little bit more high risk. So I try to let you guys know if I'm taking high risk trades so that no one thinks that they're, you know, good trades. Alrighty, we will see you guys next week. Thank you. Where's all my damn things?